Good morning. Happy Monday. Today is October 4th. This is episode 6 of season 2 of the Be Your Own Hero show. Hero is an acronym. It means helping everyone reaps optimism. And the Hero brand is my way of providing the unhoused with brand new clothes and wearable affirmations like the word hero. So all that said, thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for inspiring season 2, which is about spiritual financial literacy. And having said that, I should say that I am not a certified personal trainer. I talk about fitness sometimes, nor am I a licensed financial advisor. So do your own research, do your own homework, take what I say with a grain of salt. But I am very excited to be sharing what I've learned thus far with you. All that said, shout out to New Thought Media Network for allowing me to be here and to talk about heroism, my hero ministry, and becoming my own financial hero. So here's their website, ntmedia.org. There it is. You can donate right there. You can also check out the other programming on the channel. Speaking of which, right after this at 10:15 is prayer time. And then right after that is Sit with Rev Melissa, which if you've been watching the show, you know I produce, and sometimes I pop in at the end to say a couple words. Okay, so I want to get into it. I want to jump right in, but let me stay on script. So let's do our affirmation. Oh, I've got a new one today. I've been reading one from Bob Proctor. I'm going to read one today from Ernest Holmes. So I'm just going to read this one. I don't have it on the screen yet. So listen to this. Today, I expect every good thing to come to me, for I know that divine abundance is forever manifesting itself in my affairs. I love that. I'm going to read it one more time. Today, I expect every good thing to come to me, for I know that divine abundance is forever manifesting itself in my affairs. Great affirmation. Hold that with you. And let me move on. So I had a show planned. I figured it out yesterday what I was going to talk about today. And what happened was this morning, something shifted. So I want to talk about that. And then I'm going to circle back to some of this introductory stuff that I have written down that I shouldn't forget to say. But I just want to get this story out before I run out of time. So this is what happened. This morning, I got a notification on Cash App of a dividend payment. And for those of you who've been investing on Cash Apps, don't you love these notifications? You love these notifications that you just have money just randomly? Well, not randomly, but it feels kind of random for those of us that are new into this space. So usually the dividend payments are like, 2 cents, a cent here, maybe 5 cents, 6 cents, not much money. This one was 43 cents. And I was like, what? So that's almost 50 cents. And I was like, wow, that's a pretty decent dividend. So that took me down the rabbit hole a little bit. I wanted to see what that was. Turns out the dividend was for Coca-Cola. I was like, okay, wait, Coke? I don't have Coke. And so then I go into my Cash App account and go over to the stock side. But just a reminder, within Cash App, there's the regular cash balance that you use to send and receive money to people. There's also a stock side. There's also a Bitcoin side. So I went into the Cash App, went to the stock side to double check, and for sure, no Coca-Cola. And I'm like, is this an error? So I look back, I'm looking at all the things, like, no, there's no error. So guess what I figured out today? Guess what I mean, there's so many layers to this money thing. There's so many layers. Okay. Now, this is brand new information. I just got this morning, so I might miss some of the terminology. So, as I do, I make up my own terms. But so this is the deal. So there's like a maturity date on the dividend for a stock, and let's keep using Coca-Cola, right? So you buy the stock, you buy fractional shares, or you buy a whole share. Whole share of Coke, I think, is about $50, which surprised me. I thought it would be much more expensive. But anyway, so you can buy a fractional share depending upon the brokerage that you're on. Like Robinhood, for example, offers fractional shares. Cash App offers fractional shares, etc. So you buy fractional shares of Coke, and then there is a built-in payout date for the dividend. And depending upon the company, it might be monthly, it might be quarterly, it might be annually, it might be semi-annually. It just depends. There's no rhyme or reason. So for Coke, it's quarterly, right? So I closed my position on Coke in Cash App because I'm trying to do something, which I will explain in detail ongoing. As a matter of fact, that's what I was going to talk about today, what I'm doing in Cash App, because I've already told you what I'm doing in Robinhood. So I'll talk about that soon. But I closed my position on Coke relatively recently. And this is what I learned, that there is, again, like a maturity date for the dividend within Coke. So the most recent maturity date, which is not the technical term, but that's just what I'm calling it, was September 14th. I happened to close my position on Coke after September 14th, right? Well, apparently, as long as you have the stock, as long as you hold your position past that maturity date, you still get the dividend, even if you close your position. What? So I closed my position on Coke, which, by the way, means to sell your shares. This glossary term, that close your position means sell all your shares. So I don't know when I did it, but after September 14th, but I had already triggered the dividend payout, which occurred on October 1st. And, given the weekend, it just showed up today. What? So I've been in that rabbit hole pretty much all morning. I did go for my run, which I haven't even talked about because I'm too excited about the dividend thing. But that is wild to me. So I've been kind of on a dividend hunt this morning, just looking to see. And that's just how it works. Let me skip to the advice. Learn from my mistake. If and when you are ready to close the position, find out the date. Oh, I remember the technical term now. It's called the X date, EX, as in like ex-wife, ex-boyfriend, like that. EX date. That is what I'm calling the maturity date. That's the date past which you have to hold your position. Then after that, you can close the position and you still get the dividend. I can't get over that. So anyway, because it's Cash App, the dividend payment came right into my cash balance, which is something else I want to talk about this week. So it's as if someone sent me 43 cents. They zapped it onto the cash side of Cash App. So it's not a dividend reinvestment. As I've talked about before, you've got drip on Robinhood, you've got drip on Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, many other brokerage houses offer drip, which is dividend reinvestment plan. Okay, so if that had happened on Ameritrade, that 43 cents would have automatically been put back into Coke, and it would have bought me 43 cents more of the stock, of the Coca-Cola stock, even though technically Ameritrade doesn't do fractional shares. It would have brought me 43 cents of a fraction of a share of Coca-Cola automatically. Yeah, and I guess if I had closed my position, I got to double check this, but I'm assuming if I close my position after September 14th on a brokerage house that has drip, then it's just going to give me the extra money. Like if I close my position at 29, but there was a dividend payout of $1, I guess they'll just give me the whole 30. I'll double check that. But I am blown away that you can close your position on a stock and still get the dividend. So the lesson is pay attention to when you want to close your position. If you decide you want to close your position, don't just run in and close it like I did. Go look for the X date. Well, first of all, figure out if it's a dividend paying stock, because not all of them are. But if it's a dividend paying stock, go look for the X date, figure out what that date is, and then close your position on the next business day after that date, and you will still get the dividend. I mean, there's so many levels to this. There's so many. So I am really tickled about this one. And dividends is really what I want to talk about this week anyway. And I've got a little bit of time, so let me just say this. So on Cash App, you don't have drip, which is dividend reinvestment. I've said that just to emphasize. There's no drip. So the money comes out to your cash balance. Now that I'm becoming more seasoned and becoming more aware, I don't want that because it's like someone sent me money. There may be some tax ramifications there. It may be perceived as income. So I don't want that. Because when you have drip on in these other brokerage houses, the money is automatically reinvested and it doesn't even touch your hands, doesn't even touch your account. Therefore, it's untaxable. What? Like, it's tax-free income. So again, if I had Coca-Cola on Ameritrade and I had drip on, that 43 cents would have gone right back into Coca-Cola and I wouldn't get taxed on the 43 cents. So that's one reason that I also, one reason for what, Sekou? One reason that on Cash App, you may want to close your positions on stocks that pay a dividend, because you're going to have to be mindful of the fact that yes, the dividend is going to be paid out to your cash balance side, number one. So there may be some tax ramifications there. But number two, you can only invest $1 on the stock market side of Cash App, right? So if you get 43 cents out, like I just did from Coca-Cola, well, I can't put the 43 cents back in until it equals $1. I need to either add some of my own money, like 60 cents of my own money, to put it back in, or I got to wait until it accumulates to $1 to put it back into the stock market. So ain't nobody got time for that. I don't want to be worried about trying to reinvest my 40 cents. So again, I'm checking my time. So again, what I'm doing, I'm just going to spill the beans now and we'll just keep talking about the rest of the week. What I'm doing in Cash App is I'm closing my positions on all the positions within Cash App that pay a dividend, because I'm moving those and I'm acquiring them again within brokerage houses that have drip, so that I can just put the drip on and automatically the dividends will reinvest themselves. But that doesn't mean I'm closing all my positions within Cash App. And so we will talk about that the rest of the week. Okay. All right. I just had to get that out. I was just so tickled that I got this dividend disbursement for a stock that I don't even own anymore. I love it. I'm here for it. All right, so back to the stuff I was supposed to say. So Hero Ministry News, today is day 126 and day 24 of my Hero charity run. That's 126 days of me running every single day, at least a mile a day for the past 126 days. That takes us all the way back to June 1st. And I've been running a 5K every day for the past 24 days. So I finally decided to do like a spreadsheet, like an Excel sheet that automatically tallies the numbers, because I feel like I'm missing something. Like it's too many like adding and carrying. I'm just going to put it in an Excel spreadsheet. If anybody wants to help me with that, let me know. But I'm going to put it in an Excel spreadsheet and let it add up the numbers. And I hope that I've been adding correctly. Like I hope I'm adding up all the numbers. And it's like you've run 12 miles total. Like I hope I'm on par. But anyway, I'm going to do that so it'll be all automatically tallied. And also, one of the nonprofits that I serve with this charity run is Unhoused St. Louis. The founder of Unhoused St. Louis will be interviewed by Rev Melissa on an upcoming episode of Sit with Rev Melissa. So stay tuned for that, because I've got some insider information. It was some good stuff. So make sure you don't miss that episode of Living Life in Joy. Also check out yesterday's episode of Living Life in Joy. It was really interesting too. But we'll talk about that on Sit with Rev Melissa at 10:30. Okay. So I didn't get to everything, but I really, really want to tell that dividend story, because like it really, you see that it really got me animated today. I was like, what? We still get paid even after we close the position? There's so many things to learn. So I hope you're enjoying this journey. I certainly am. And let's just keep talking about money and keep grounding ourselves. And so come back here. Oh, I forgot to even tell you the Motivation Monday part. You know what? Come back tomorrow. We'll talk about it. There's a guy who I selected to talk about to be a motivation to us. So we'll talk about him tomorrow. So tune in Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, for the Be Your Own Hero show, where this season we're talking about financial literacy, spiritual financial literacy. So until then, keep doing, be a hero, be your own hero. And remember that now, right now, is better than perfect. And I'll see you at 10:30 for Sit with Rev Melissa. Later.